Good morning, children. Today we are going to start our first chapter, that is nutrition in plants. Okay, so we know that food is very important for all living organism, isn't it? So food is essential for all living organism for their survival. Okay, so what are the components of food? Proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals are called as components of food. Okay, so proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals are called as components of food. Okay, so these components of food are called as nutrients. Okay, so these components of foods are called as what? Nutrients. So these nutrients are necessary for our body. It is very important for our body. Okay, so we know all living organisms require food. Yes, so plants can make food for themselves, but animals, including humans, we cannot make our food. We are depending plants for our food. Okay, so thus humans and animals are directly or indirectly they are depending on plants. Okay, so all animals require food. Plants can prepare their food for themselves, but animals and humans, they are depending plants for what? Food. Okay, depending plants for food. Understood, children? Now we can see what is meant by nutrition. Okay, so we know components of food are called as nutrient, isn't it? So what is meant by nutrition? Nutrition means it is the mode of taking food by an organism. So it is the mode means way. Okay, it is the way of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. Utilization means use. Okay, how it will be used by the body. Okay, nutrition means what? It is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. Understood? So mode of nutrition we can classify into two types. Okay, so there are two types of nutrition. What are they? Autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. So what are the two modes of nutrition? Autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, now we can see about what is meant by autotrophic nutrition. Okay, definition of autotrophic nutrition. So it is the mode of nutrition in which organism can make food themselves. Okay, so it is the mode of nutrition by which the organism can prepare their own food. Okay, and the organism which can prepare by this mode of nutrition is called as autotrophs. Okay, auto means self. Okay, auto means self. Trophs means nourishment, nutrition. Okay, so nourishment means what? Nutrition. Okay, so the some organism they can prepare their food by themselves. Okay, they can prepare their own food. Such organisms are called as what? Autotrophs. Okay, example for autotrophs is plants. Okay, example for autotroph is plants, because plants can prepare their own food. Understood, children? Now we are going to see what is meant by heterotrophic nutrition. So what is the definition of heterotrophic nutrition? It's the mode of nutrition in which organism take food from other organism. Okay, so it is the mode of nutrition in which organism take food from other organism. Example for heterotrophic nutrition is animals. Okay, so we know that animals, they are depending plants for their food, isn't it? So the organism which is depending plant for their food is called as heterotrophs. Okay, so heterotrophic nutrition means it is the mode of nutrition in which organisms depend other organism for food, isn't it? So the organism which depend plant for their food are called as what? Heterotroph. Example for heterotroph is animals. Understood, children? You can see in the picture the animals, they are depending plants for their food. So they are called as heterotrophs. So now we can move to how the plants prepare their own food. Okay, how the plants will prepare their food. Plants can prepare their food by the process called photosynthesis. Okay, plants can prepare their food by the process called what? Photosynthesis. So what is meant by photosynthesis? It is the food making process in which plants can prepare their food with the help of sunlight. Okay, so photosynthesis means it is a food making process in which plants will prepare food with the help of sunlight. Okay, so here photo means light. Okay, synthesis means preparing or producing. Okay, synthesis means what? Preparing. Okay, making. Okay, so plants can prepare their food in the presence of sunlight. Such process is called what? Photosynthesis. So what are the raw materials required for photosynthesis? Raw materials means the things which is necessary for photosynthesis, or the things which is needed for photosynthesis. What are the things which we require for photosynthesis? Water, carbon dioxide and minerals. Okay, these three are the materials which is required by the plants for preparing food. Okay, so where the plants will prepare their food? Leaves. In the leaves of the plant they will prepare their food. So leaves of the plant are the food factories of plant. Okay, food factory. So factory means, you know, factories. In factories only we will prepare what? Products. We know now, biscuit factory, yes, ice cream, like this, the factories only they will produce more products. So in the same way, plants, where the food is produced? In the leaf. As so the leaves are the food factories of plant. Okay, and leaf is also called as kitchen of the plant. Okay, so where we will prepare our food at home? In kitchen, isn't it? So in plants they are preparing food in leaf. As so leaf is called as kitchen of the plant. So all the materials such as water, carbon dioxide and minerals which is required for photosynthesis must reach the leaf. Understood, children? Now we can see, so how they will how the water and minerals reach to the leaf. Okay, so water and minerals present in the soil. We know that soil contain water and minerals. Yes, so these water and minerals from the soil is absorbed by root of the plant. Okay, it is absorbed by what? Root of the plant, and then from the root it is transported to the leaves of the plant. Understood? So water and minerals from the soil is taken by root and is transported to the leaves of the plant. Okay, now how they will get carbon dioxide? So carbon dioxide from air is taken through tiny pores called stomata, which is present in the lower surface of leaf. Okay, so in the leaf there is a minute pores, you can see in the picture. So this is leaf microscopic observation. Okay, so when we are observing leaf under microscope, we can see minute pores, small pores on their surface. So these pores will absorb carbon dioxide from the air. Okay, so here we can see stomata open, stomata closed. So what? No, during daytime only photosynthesis process will take place, because photosynthesis process need what? Sunlight, isn't it? So during daytime the stomatal pores will open and they will absorb the carbon dioxide from air. Okay, and during night time the stomatal pore become closed, because during night time there is no photosynthesis, because there is no sunlight. So photosynthesis will not take place during night time. So during daytime stomatal pores open and they will absorb the carbon dioxide from the air. Understood, children? So Next we are going to see, so leaves. So you know leaves are green in color. Yes, so why the leaves are green in color? Due to the presence of green pigment called chlorophyll. Yes, this you might have studied in your lower class. Are you remembering? So these green pigment chlorophyll will help the leaves in photosynthesis. How it will help? It will capture the energy from sunlight. Okay, so the green pigment present in the leaf will capture the energy from the sunlight, and this solar energy, solar energy means what? The energy which is captured from the sunlight, is it? So this energy will be used to synthesize food from carbon dioxide and water. Understood, children? So now we are moving to see the pictorial representation of photosynthesis. Here you can see the diagram of photosynthesis. So solar energy will be absorbed by the plants, and carbon dioxide will be absorbed by the stomatal opening present in the surface of the leaf, and water minerals is absorbed by the plants from the soil by the root of the plant. Then chlorophyll it will absorb what? Energy from the sunlight. Okay, so in the leaf photosynthesis will take place, and during photosynthesis what is formed? Carbohydrate is formed. Okay, sugar is formed with the release of oxygen. Okay, so during photosynthesis sugar is formed with the release of oxygen. Okay, now we can see that sun is the ultimate source of energy for all living things. Okay, why sun is the ultimate source of energy for all living things? Because if sun is not there, photosynthesis process will not happen. Yes, so plants are depending sun for their energy, and not only that, from the plants animals are getting energy. So animals are depending plants for their food. Okay, so for entire organism, for all living organism, sun is acting as a source of energy. So from the sun plant is getting energy, and from the plant animals are getting energy. So sun is the ultimate source of energy for all living things. Okay, then next, one more thing we have to consider: in the absence of photosynthesis, life would be impossible on earth. So if there is no photosynthesis, plants cannot able to prepare their food, so plant cannot survive. So food animals also will depend plants for their food. Yes, so in the absence of photosynthesis, plants also will not be there, and other life, that means animals which is depending plants also cannot survive on the earth. So in the absence of photosynthesis, life would be impossible on the earth. Understood, children? Now, so this is the reaction which is occurring in the leaf of the plant during photosynthesis. Okay, so what is happening? Carbon dioxide during photosynthesis, the chlorophyll will absorb solar energy. Yes, solar energy, and carbon dioxide will be absorbed by the stomatal pores. Yes? So these carbon dioxide and water react and forms glucose, that is sugar. Okay, glucose is a sugar molecule. Okay, so what is the molecular formula for carbon dioxide? CO2. Okay, so CO2 means what? Carbon dioxide. So when it is reacting with water, so what is the molecular formula for water? H2O. Okay, what is the molecular formula for water? H2O. So when carbon dioxide is reacting with water in the presence of sunlight, glucose, sugar is formed. Glucose, what is the molecular formula for the glucose? C6H12O6. Okay, with the release of oxygen. Molecular formula for oxygen is O2. Understood, children? So carbon dioxide react with water and forms glucose plus oxygen. So this is the chemical reaction which occurred during photosynthesis process. Okay, so we know that during this process oxygen is released. Okay, so and the sugar is formed. Okay, so sugar will be taken by the plants, okay, and for doing its activity, and the remaining that means remaining sugar will be stored in the form of starch. Okay, so excess sugar will be stored in the form of starch. So the presence of starch in leaves indicate the presence of photosynthesis. So, starch is also an carbohydrate. Okay, so now we are going to see how we can test the presence of starch in a leaf. Okay, children, so how we can test the presence of starch in a leaf. So first you have to remove a green leaf from the plant. Okay, you take one, you just pluck a leaf from the plant. Okay, then what you have to do, boil the leaf in a boiling water. Here you can see the picture as, so just boil the leaf in a boiling water. So why we are boiling? No, to stop the enzymatic reaction which is occurring in the cell. So enzymatic reaction means the chemical reaction which is occurring in the cell have to be stopped. Okay, for that we are boiling the leaf in boiling water. Okay, after that just you take the boiled leaf and put it in the boiling tube containing alcohol. Okay, just take the boiled leaf and put it in the boiling tube containing alcohol. So alcohol example is ethanol. Okay, ethanol. So why we have to put the boiled leaf in a alcohol means to extract the chlorophyll present in the leaf. Okay, then again what you have to do, no, you take the leaf from the boiling tube and again you should return the leaf to the hot water. Okay, okay, so why we are doing that means to soften the leaf and allow the penetration of iodine. Okay, so next what you have to do, no, just take the leaf and perform the iodine test. How we have to do iodine test, you know, we have to just add 2 to 3 drops of iodine over the leaf. Okay, so when if the leaf turns to blue black color, it indicates the presence of starch in a leaf. Okay, if the leaf is not changed into blue black color, it indicates the absence of starch in a leaf. Understood? So if there is the presence of starch in a leaf, the leaf will change into blue black when we are adding iodine. Okay, so the only green parts of the plant, only green leaf will prepare photosynthesis. No, the leaf other than green also have a chlorophyll. Okay, they can also do the photosynthesis process. So we can see some leaves of the plant will be brown color as yellowish color is, and they will be mask the green color. They will be containing the chlorophyll pigment. It will be masked, that means it will be covered by the brown color or other pigments. Okay, so they are appearing in brown color or in yellowish color. Okay, so then we can see in ponds and stagnant water bodies we can see green patches, isn't it? Have you ever seen that in ponds and stagnant water bodies we can see green color? The water will be in pond, if you are seeing means the water will be green color. Yes, why it is green in color, you know? Because that green patches is due to the presence of organism called algae. Okay, because algae it is a microorganism. What is meant by microorganism? Microorganism means organism which cannot be seen through naked eye, which cannot be seen through our direct eye. We can see only through microscope. Okay, so algae are green in color. Okay, so it is present in pond which gives the green color in pond. Okay, so algae are green in color, which contain what? Chlorophyll. Okay, so these algae also can prepare their own food by doing photosynthesis like plants. Okay, so algae also can prepare their own food by photosynthesis like plants. Understood, children? So now we are going to see synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrate. So we know that plants can prepare carbohydrate called glucose by photosynthesis process. Yes. So this carbohydrate is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so if you are seeing the molecular formula of glucose, you come to know it is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so this carbohydrate which is prepared by the plant during photosynthesis is used to synthesize or used to prepare other components such as proteins and fats, which is required by the plants for its growth. Okay, so this carbohydrate help to prepare other components such as proteins and fat, which is required for the plants. Okay, next proteins means what? Proteins are nitrogenous substance. Okay, so why it is called nitrogenous substance? Because it contain nitrogen. Okay, so soil have certain bacteria called rhizobium. Okay, so soil contain bacteria called rhizobium. What is the name of bacteria which is present in the soil? Rhizobium. Okay, so these rhizobium that convert gaseous nitrogen into a usable form. Okay, so we know that there is nitrogen is present in abundance in gaseous form in the air. Yes, in gaseous form nitrogen is available more in atmosphere, but these can't be used by the plants directly. Okay, it will not taken directly by the plant. Okay, the gaseous form of nitrogen is not taken by the plant. So what is happening here? Soil contains some bacteria such as rhizobium. The rhizobium will convert that gaseous nitrogen into usable form. Okay, and just it release it into the soil, which is taken by the plant for their growth. Okay, and not only that, plants can also synthesize proteins and vitamins. Okay, plant also can synthesize what? Proteins and vitamins. Okay, understood, children? So today we have seen about nutrition in plants, and next class we can see other modes of nutrition in plants. Okay, today we have seen autotrophic nutrition in plants. Okay, so some plants cannot prepare their food. There are some plants which cannot prepare their food. How they will prepare their food, that is other modes of nutrition in plants, we can see in the next class. So children, listen the class and understand it. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Just you can take running notes in separate book. Only for science you have to keep and take it. Okay, children? So if you have any doubt, you can ask. Thank you, children.